In this particular video, we're going to be getting into the Joe Budden podcast, and they were basically getting into a debate recently about who is going to win Rap Album of the Year.
Joe Budden podcast believes that Chance the Rapper's album deserves a Grammy over the Clips and Kendrick Lamar's GNX. He noted that Kendrick is a Grammy darling, so they might award it to him.
He basically said because Kendrick Lamar won everything last year, give the Grammy to somebody else like the Clips. Here's what he said.
Chance album is going to get shunned.
Which is unfortunate.
Which is very unfortunate.
What you mean shunned? It ain't going to get a nomination?
I think it's a better album than GNX. I think it's a better album than Clips album.
I think that's wrong. That's just my personal opinion. I think that's wrong. I think GNX is better than Starline. Clearly better than Starline. I think Starline is dope, and Starline has a bunch of dope stuff in it, great music. But there are a lot of lows, in my personal opinion, which GNX doesn't really have many lows. I think you can argue that GNX, the title track, is a low, but overall, GNX doesn't really have lows, and it has incredible highs. Like, none of the songs that have come out in the last, I don't know how long, can hang with Reincarnated.
Everybody's preferences are different, so I'm not going at Imani over that. But I think, that's his preference, even though mine may be different.
But wait, what's shunned though? If it's nominated, he's saying he don't think it's going to get nominated.
I think from what I'm hearing so far, I think it's a better album than all. Don't get me wrong, all the other things that go into those albums make those albums important. But if you're talking about just music and just
got the album of the year.
All that Chance albums,
you done said that about 9 albums.
I love Chance.
Because the new album comes out.
All his people. Nah, yo.
Well, you change your album of the year quickly. Or we've been blessed enough. No, we've been blessed to get that much great music this year.
And that's another piece I wanted to mention is that we've gotten so much great music this year. We've had several albums. We've had Freddie Gibbs. We've had Jid drop an album. Obviously, we've had GNX. Alfredo 2, God Does Like Ugly.
GNX.
Starline. And then we also had a Joey Badass album that nobody is talking about. Not even a little bit. Let's continue.
GNX was it for me all the way up until Clips came out.
When did GNX come out, y'all? Last year.
Like it was in November?
It was like
November 2024.
It wasn't that
Maybe
early.
October.
Yes, it was. Because I thought it was closer to Super Bowl time.
No.
GNX came out before
the
New Year's.
previous year.
It
It was in 2024.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but closer to Super
GNX came out in November, my boy. November 22nd. It wasn't near the Super Bowl. I mean, that is near the Super Bowl, but yeah.
GNX was my choice until the Clips, and then and now with Chance, it's like, I mean, I don't think anything else.
November 22nd.
I think the Clips is going to win it, but I think because they got the narrative and the momentum, but I think Chance should win it.
Wow.
I think.
Now, I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, I don't know how anyone here listens to the albums. And when I say that, I say, are you listening to it in passing? Are you listening to it in the car while you got things going on? I don't know if they drive their own cars or if they getting driven places. I don't know if you putting it on in the house and you listening to it that way. But I know over here, we listen to albums differently, right? Like, we listen to albums for the substance, for the bars, for the metaphors, for the wordplay, for the punchlines. We listen for all of that, for the production. We listen for everything. So I don't know how they listen to albums to come up with what they come up with. And respectfully, I do disagree, but they're entitled to their opinion. I don't think Chance's album Starline is better than, I would say, maybe 3 of the albums.
I don't think Starline's better than Let God Sort 'Em Out, and I don't think it's better than GNX. Absolutely not.
I think the Clips should win it. I think Kendrick will win it.
Now this is where it starts to get weird. It's okay to say I think Clips is gonna win it, but I think Clips should win it, but I think Kendrick is gonna win it. I'm fine with that. Nobody's mad at that. Nobody's mad that you think another album is more deserving than GNX, especially an album like Let God Sort 'Em Out. I think if any album beats GNX, it should be Let God Sort 'Em Out. I think that is just blatantly, you see what I'm saying? But this is where it gets fishy.
I think GNX should.
I don't think Kendrick's going to win.
Based on impact and how much I actually really listen to it, I probably would put GNX first.
Yo, that
And now, but it's a dogfight. I want
that
to be
Chance
clear.
album, bro, is
Kendrick got to
Kendrick's-
move. Kendrick got to get to the back of the line and share the
Yo,
stage.
we not being
already gave
honest
you
about that.
9 versions of every award.
That's why I don't think you're gonna get it.
Now, this is my thing. What Joe Budden saying this is shocking. Mr. Hip Hop himself. Mr. Hip Hop is a competition. This is shocking because it doesn't align with the things he says outside of this. Mr. Hip Hop is a competition. It's a competitive sport, all the different stuff. It shouldn't matter how many awards Kendrick Lamar gets. If you earned them, you earned them. GNX is clearly extremely critically acclaimed. Cultural impact. Commercial success is just the cherry on top. It's got everything that you possibly need. It's got the reincarnateds of the world, which is still hip-hop at its core. Remixing Made Niggas by Tupac and taking it to another level with the storytelling and the songwriting to a level we haven't really seen much in mainstream hip-hop, especially recently. Reincarnated was like a that was different, bro. Let me remind y'all, Reincarnated was in the top 10 on Billboard. Do you understand that? Reincarnated, the song about past life regression, the song about using hypnosis to trigger memories from past lives, that song. And the fact that he wrote it all the way back to having a conversation with God.
You're gonna get it.
We
That
not
reason
being,
right
we
there.
not being honest about
Grammy
Kendrick's
Darling.
album, man.
I'm being
So it's
I
Chance.
never liked that.
We talking over each other. We talking over each other.
So it's Chance.
All right, man. So the get to the back of the line, like I don't know if there's an agenda or what the agenda is here, but if you're up and you're winning, you're just winning. So now at this point, the bias is showing its head, and now Kendrick has won so much and has been so celebrated that now you're just tired of the celebration and you're not necessarily looking at things from a quality perspective and saying it's a better album. You're just saying it's very good, but I'm tired of seeing him win. It's like Floyd Mayweather. At some point, people just started tuning into Floyd Mayweather to watch him lose. The same thing with Mike Tyson. Same thing. Great athletes, people who are, at least in their prime or at their time, the best at what they did. Michael Jordan, you just want to, we just want to see bro lose. Somebody else got to win. Patrick Mahomes, we want to see him lose. Somebody else got to win. And I think that it does get a little weird because if they just the best, bro, and if it's their time, it's their time. I don't care if you don't want to see them win or not.
Can I just say,
Kendrick is and has been Chance. I'm not gonna say.
I ain't hear your statement.
Said Kendrick's a Grammy darling.
How is it that this statement has become normalized within the last year to the point where Joe Budden and his guys are saying it simultaneously? Before Joe Budden even finished the sentence, he knew exactly what he was going to say, and then somebody else agreed. When did we come to the conclusion that Kendrick Lamar was a Grammy darling? This is how propaganda works. They're working to make Grammy darling an everyday concept when you speak on Kendrick Lamar and his rewards. In what world would favoring Kendrick Lamar give the industry or give in general in comparison to a Drake or to a whatever? In what world? Based on everything that we choose to believe as the culture, right? Including Joe Budden and everybody sitting there. The way people talk about the black representation, all the different stuff. In your mind, in your world, why would Kendrick be a Grammy darling? I'm just wondering. Somebody got to explain this to me. Why Kendrick out of everybody? Why not Drake? The industry plant. Kendrick has beaten him multiple. Bro, when are y'all going to accept it's the art? It's the art being created. The art cannot be denied.
He is, but he earns it though. It ain't like
I'm finna say, bro. Okay, so Imani comes out and he says he earns it. Saying that Kendrick is the Grammy darling is basically saying he wins when he shouldn't win. How else would you read that? He's the Grammy darling. So he wins when he shouldn't win? Or is he winning because what he's putting out is actually Grammy worthy and he should be winning?
For me, he's been the best rapper, the overall best rapper in the industry for a decade strong. You know what I'm saying? Decade and a half, damn near. You know what I'm saying? I would say from good Kid Mad City on up, he is the best overall. Now, you may have certain rappers that outperform him in certain areas, and that's debatable. You know what I'm saying? But you got your punchline rappers who do that for a living. You might have people who make deeper conceptual projects, and they may do that for a living, you know, in the underground. You have people who come out and just make smash hits for a living, and they may perform better. But overall, I give that to Kendrick.
It ain't like he's just whatever.
What you about to say about this album?
I don't think it aged as well as people would like to think it did. Don't get me wrong. I like
album.
it. I like it.
Still listen to that album.
It's my least favorite of his albums.
It's my second
But
favorite.
GNX in my top. Look, GNX in my top two. Top two.
Opinion is opinion, but what I'm going to say is I don't think it ages as well as people think it does. So if we just look at the GNX album in itself, Whacked Out Murals, Squabble Up on the radio consistently, Luther still on the radio consistently, Man at the Garden is one of the best written songs I've ever heard. Hey Now, okay, I'll give you Hey Now. Reincarnated? Are we listening? TV Off, still on the radio. Dodger Blue, come on, bro. Peekaboo, Hard Part 6, not on the radio. So there's only a couple of songs that you're not hearing just because you're hearing it everywhere. Some of these songs you just go back to because you love how they're written. You love the storytelling.
But you like Mr. Morale better?
I do.
You like To Pimp a... No, man.
To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite album of his.
I got it.
So
I leave it alone.
To be fair, I actually like Mr. Morale better than GNX as well. I have GNX on the bottom slide of Kendrick's albums just because of the musicality and the different approaches that he took musically. But that doesn't mean that I don't like GNX, but I do agree with him in that small space. I've said that numerous times on this channel. I don't hold that back. I don't hide that take. Doesn't mean it's not a good album. It's just in comparison to his catalog, I prefer the rest pretty much over it.
But don't get me wrong, it's still a dope album, and I'm not trying to step on it in that way. But as far as we talking about just how it grew on me, I'm not really running back to listening to it. I hear me listening to this Chance album and this Clips album way more than I'll ever go back to this GNX.
I'm gonna listen to Chance.
Well, I'll say this. Chance album came out in August? September? That's 2 months ago. Of course you're going back to listen to the album. Clips came out in July. Of course you're going to go back to listen to the album. GNX came out a year ago, bro.
The thing about it, bro, is you don't have to run back to the GNX album because it's being run for you, is what I'm saying. Like the amount of times you hear it just because it's on wherever you are, you don't have to run back to it. So it may be because they hear it so much that it's kind of losing its punch, which is completely understandable.
I'm
still dissecting Chance's
Only
album.
thing I don't like about the Chance album a little bit, and this is why I think I've been listening to it so much, and know what's crazy? When he sat here, he told us some of the metaphors that he was using. I wouldn't have caught him. I'm not going to bullshit you. I wouldn't have caught him. The only thing I don't like about the Chance album is it's a little mumbly. It's not as clear.
Really?
Chance mumbly is fucking crazy. He has probably one of the most clear cadences in hip hop. He's like Chicago Will Smith, damn near, with the clarity in which he speaks on a track. What the fuck, nigga? Ish, what you been listening to? Are you on acid rap?
I won't say it was mumbly, but he sang a lot on his album. And that was my one, if you go back to my reaction, that was my one main gripe with the album, is that he sang so much on it and I just want to hear him rap. So I get what he's saying, how tonally it might have been a little a little off for some people, but for me it was just that he sang so much.
He rolled into
All amazing albums, by the way.
So I gotta.
Oh, I think that's. I hear what you're saying, but
bro, he's killing that album.
That album is great.
That fucking album is amazing.
That album is amazing.
No,
He's
More
killing
Men
that
to me
shit.
is my favorite song of the year.
Yeah,
that's an amazing
that
song
album,
right there.
B.
I'm not gonna hold
First
you.
Don't Sing is the song of the year for me. Hip hop song of the year.
So if an album
that'd
has
be my number 2.
the hip hop
That's my
song
song.
of the year
I'm with you on
and
that.
Malice is still my rapper of the year,
For sure.
it would just mean something differently if the Clips won it versus
And I feel
Kendrick
like-
won it.
Of course, it would mean something differently. That's why some of us want Let God Sort Him Out to win Rap Album of the Year, and then Kendrick to win Album of the Year. But it's competition. Of course, we want both albums. We want Clips to get their love. We want Chance to get his love.
But would you rather the Clips win a participation medal, or do you want them to win because their project was better than GNX?
It's hip hop. It's competition. It's not a participation award. I thought we just got finished talking about this. I don't care how many times you won it. Whoever deserves it should win it. Stop this conversation about, oh, well, Kendrick has won enough. Let's give it to somebody else. I wouldn't, bro. I guarantee you, Chance and put in all. They don't want to win it like that, nigga. They don't want it like that. They want you to give them the award because you think they're worthy of the award, not because Kendrick winning too much. What kind of shit is that? That's disrespectful to the art. That's disrespectful to the time that Chance put into this album. That's disrespectful to the time that Clips put into their album. Say they should win the album because they should win it, not because Kendrick has won too much.
And the song I actually voted for Chance for Letters for Rap Song of the Year, or maybe Rap Performance of the Year. I forget which one, but that was the one for me.
I do want. I will say this for legacy's sake and for just the spirit of hip hop. I would love to see the Clips go up there.
I want Clips to win.
I would love that. That
I
to me would be
I feel like
amazing.
Pusha is owed that.
I don't feel like he owed that.
I
I would love to see
I get
them
what you're
niggas
saying.
win.
Nobody's owed anything. You go get it. That's what the Clips is doing. They putting in the work because they want to compete. Them dropping Let God Sort Them Out in competition with GNX. They want to compete. That's what this is about. Let them compete.
I would love to see. I think it would bode well for hip hop.
Wasn't it just last year that they gave Kendrick all them Grammys?
Yes, last Grammys that just passed.
Yeah, I don't want to see that again.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Joe Budden, why don't you want Kendrick to win again? Why?
That's crazy. That's like saying, bro, we're tired of you getting awarded top podcast. Let somebody else win. Ain't that why you go to work every day? Don't you want to be rewarded for being the best hip-hop media space or one of the best hip-hop media spaces? Right? Like, I just don't understand how you want to see somebody lose because you're tired of seeing them winning. That is a very, very weird mindset.
I could get people feeling a certain way about other artists winning because they have you already know. You already know how it go. Motherfuckers is manufactured and created. But Kendrick Lamar, the person that's representing hip hop at that level, that's been representing hip hop since they came in the game, has been the most hip hop for real. Control Verse knew how to what's the problem with that guy winning? It was deservingly so.
He cleaned up, and I didn't think without album.
I don't want to see it again. I don't.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
I'd be proud and happy.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
I wouldn't be
So
surprised.
it's going to mean something different to see them two brothers.
I think the industry also.
Okay, he said he would be happy and be proud of it, but it's like, come on now, I don't want to see that happen. That also, it feels contradictory. You feel what I'm saying? I respect Clips, love Clips, best concert I've ever been to in my life, but GNX winning would be deservingly so, and I think GNX should win.
Them two hood hip hop standing in this is what we've been doing for the last 2 decades. We didn't deviate. We didn't do nothing different. We didn't play the games that the industry plays. We didn't do none of that shit. We put out a project that we genuinely and sincerely, this is what we do. And for them to win that grant, I would be proud.
We brought this shit to the Vatican.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. No, that was fire.
Yes.
That was fire.
See, I think shit like that, like all that other shit like that, we took this shit to the Vatican.
Oh,
that's going to resonate.
And I'm saying
the narrative. That's what I'm saying. They have the narrative. They have the momentum.
They got everything.
I just think, unfortunately, man, Kendrick versus Clips. I think that's the conversation. Y'all inserted Chance, and salute to Chance. I like Chance a lot. Like, for real, for real. I'm not discounting him at all. But the conversation is Clips and Kendrick. And if you want to be all the way real, it might not be much of a conversation to be had.
Overall, Kendrick Lamar is not a Grammy darling. Let's cut that out. Kendrick Lamar is an incredible artist who is putting up, who is dominating in a way that y'all didn't expect him to dominate. And instead of just accepting it, y'all would rather come up with all types of narratives as to why it's happening. Just let it go. A little nigga from Compton, from the streets, touched the hearts of millions of people worldwide, defeated the industry plant worldwide, and then gave new way for new art, etc. worldwide. And I think it's hard for people to accept this level of greatness right now.